Hey there guys, I want to go through a video here today about buyer psychology. Now you might be asking yourself, why do I care why somebody buys a product? What do I care? Why somebody's buying a t-shirt or a coffee mug or a sticker or whatever? And I would say, based on my experience, that it does matter for two main reasons. One would be tagging your designs. So when you make designs and you put tags in them, you may want to write down some of the reasons here that people are buying gifts, and that would subsequently change your tags or add new tag ideas. So we'll get into that in a minute. And the other reason would be design ideas. So hopefully in this video, you're going to see a few design ideas that maybe you haven't thought of before. These are maybe untapped genres. So let's jump in. The first reason that people are going to go on Redbubble, and there's many different reasons, but here's one of the reasons, is strong likes. So they're going to be going through the Redbubble page and they're going to be going, I really like something, and so I'd like to wear a t-shirt or have a magnet or a sticker or something that shows off my love of that like. So what I would encourage you to do is look for genres where when somebody likes something, they really like something. So here's just an example. We've got shop clothing. Most of us don't really like or dislike raccoons. It's not like we go through our lives and we're super excited about raccoons. We don't really think about it. But if you have a person that's ever owned a raccoon, or they maybe work on a farm and they see raccoons, or they just happen to really love raccoons, well, this is a great opportunity then to buy a t-shirt or something, coffee mug, that's very specific. So that's what niche marketing really is. So I'm just going to type in here at the top under search designs, I'm going to type I love football. Now, we might get the occasional trademarked result coming back, and that's fine, but I'm going to ignore those. What I'm really going to focus on here is there's 14,000 results, and if we niche it down even more, maybe it's soccer or defense or goalie, that sort of thing, we would get even less results. But we can just see here, we've got like a football cracking through the shirt. That's a pretty witty design, and somebody who really likes football or wants to show their support for football, they would buy that t-shirt, for example. So there's a number of different football-like designs. Now, I would encourage you to not go after the NFL, which is American football, or anything that's European football or that sort of thing. I would encourage you to come up with designs that are more generic, and maybe it's the name of your city with the word football underneath it. So it could be New York football. That's it. That's all that's got to happen. And so, there's a lot of designs here, but to be honest with you, and I'm not trying to sound too negative here, a lot of them are really bad. Like they're not particularly good designs. Here's a neat one. It's a heartbeat, but it's got a soccer ball on it. Well, that's a pretty nice design, and it's on the first page of the results of 11,000 or so, 14,000. So, I mean, it certainly works. Let's go to the newest ones. Let's see if there's anything exciting going on with I Love Football. When you go to newest, you just get, oh my goodness, you just get a hodgepodge sometimes of just horrific, designs because they're new, and so they're going to show up regardless of their popularity. But here we go. A day without football probably won't kill me, but why take the risk? I mean, it's a funny saying. If somebody really likes football, they would, think about purchasing that. Soccer is my favorite season. There's a nice one. So these are ideas that if, not only do I like soccer or football, as the Europeans call it, I would buy a product that would show that love. The other one I wanted to talk about here is instead of strong likes, it would be strong dislikes. Okay, so let's pretend that I'm super against, and by the way, I want to point out any of my so-called likes or dislikes in this video are just examples. I don't have a judgment on any of this stuff. Really, all I want to do is sell some shirts, all right? So I hope nobody gets offended by anything I'm saying here as far as likes or dislikes. But let's use, for example, gun violence is a pretty big issue in the world. So I'm going to type in anti-guns because somebody buying a shirt may think that they are either pro-gun or anti-gun. And so my point is they're going to feel strongly about it. That's it. It doesn't, the actual issue is somewhat irrelevant for terms of selling your shirts. You just want to make sure you're connecting your design with that passionate audience. So here we've got 3,800 results for anti-guns, and we've got protect kids, not guns, George Washington with a gun. Of course, people are going to put gun designs in an anti-gun, you know, you know, but that's fine. But we've got, cats against Trump. You could probably have cats for Trump. You could have cats against Biden, cats for Biden. I mean, you've got right there, there's 400 ideas because there's a million different politicians out there. And so as we, go on down, we can see that there's, no one needs an AR-15. Now, this is on the first page of this anti-guns result. And again, I'm not trying to be mean here, but that's not a great design. Like, it's all left justified. It's not even centered. It's just regular, like, Arial font. Like, I'm pretty sure if you put your mind to it, you could make a better design than that, right? So, there's a lot of just very basic designs, and they're right on the front of the page, right? So there's lots of opportunity here if you think about somebody who's going to wear a shirt or buy a coffee mug about something they don't like. A really common one you use is just any picture that's public domain with I call it a no smoking sign, but you just put it on top of it. So whatever somebody is liking, you can put the same symbol on the shirt and just say like no smoking sign through it. So no gun, no AR-15, no nuclear weapon, no boxing gloves, no, I don't know, like whatever you want, right? It's, again, this isn't like, that's a design there that, again, I'm not trying to be like super negative, but it's not the greatest design in the world. I mean, it's kind of off, and the underlying silhouette isn't that great. So, I mean, there's certainly other, here's a nice one. There's a gun with a flower coming out of it. So again, I mean, there's lots of, like this one here, it says anti-flag, and it's got guns, but the guns are over top of the font. Like, it's not great, right? So again, like, I'm not trying to, be negative about all these designs. I'm just trying to point out that there is opportunity here. One of the problems that one of the feedback I'm getting is that people are saying, well, there's too many designs. Like, 3,800 designs, that's way too many. Well, is it though? I mean, you're telling me you can't bang out 100 cats against somebody stickers? Like, that would take a couple days. It'd be a weekend. And then out of the 3,800 results, you'd have the 100 best results in the whole genre. So it's an idea, right? So again, the idea of this video is to brainstorm some opportunities here for you. Okay, the third one that we're going to take a look at is charity or supporting a cause. Okay, so I'm going to type in cancer support. And what will happen here is we'll see a whole bunch of ribbons, things that people are going to buy to show their support. Now, apologies in advance, there's a lot of F words in here because that's a common phrase, is F cancer. And so if you're super sensitive, block your eyes from the sun. And so what we've got here is, a bunch of different ribbons, a bunch of different, cancer support shirts, right? That's pretty funny. The hello, my name tag is kind of a nice sticker or magnet because you can put a funny saying in the middle of it. So there's a whole bunch of different, cancer ones here that you can have, right? So that's an idea, right? And you can pick other causes as well. Maybe global poverty, maybe blindness, hearing impairment, maybe you have sign language, stickers or something, right? There's all sorts of different genres that you can jump into. And even here under cancer support, there's not, I know, again, I do read the comments that people post in here, and a lot of people will say, well, 21,000 designs, that's way too many. Is it? I mean, I don't personally think so, but it's not like it's 4 million. And again, a lot of them aren't particularly done well, right? So there's certainly an opportunity there. Now, another one that's, I think, an untapped genre that you could look at is when you're trying to show support for your family member, maybe they're going through something tough like cancer or something like that, then you can have a shirt, maybe they're running a race, for example, they're running a 10K race, and as a result, we've got, I wear this shirt for my aunt. That's a popular shirt. Now, I'm not seeing anything here that's coming up that says that, but if I just go to Google and I type, I wear this shirt for my aunt, you'll see here, there's I wear pink for my aunt, I wear pink for my aunt. There's lots of ads in here. So it's certainly a shirt. I wear green for my aunt, kidney disease. I wear pink for my aunt, breast cancer site. So it's an idea. There's dad, there's grandpa, there's the aunt, there's grandma, there's my neighbor, there's my cat. If you want to be funny, I wear this shirt for my cat. I mean, there's lots of different ideas. And again, that's all we're looking at here right now is ideas. So that's something to think about. I love that shirt. This has nothing to do with the topic that we're talking about, but Dungeon Meowster. I mean, anything that's a cat pun, I'm wholly on board. That's awesome. Okay, so the other type of design here is something like, say, Mother's Day gift, and that's the other type of buyer that comes to Redbubble, is they're looking for gifts for their mom or their dad or their grandma or their grandpa or their aunt or whatever it is, right? And so, here's a nice one. Happy Quarantined Mother's Day. The reason this could work is because not only is it a gift for mom, but it's a gift that's timely for mom. See, the whole idea with a gift, if you're talking about buyer psychology, is you want to show the recipient of the gift that that you, the person giving the gift, gave it some thought. And so, here's one that, if the mom really likes Scrabble, you would have, this. The number values are off, by the way. Y is not 10. I believe it's 4. But anyway, my point is, you've got, a Scrabble gift here. Again, this is on the first page of 18,000 results, and the number value is wrong if you're a Scrabble fan. So, I mean, there's a bunch of different designs, but they're not necessarily really well done. Like, they're okay, right? Here's Mama Bear. That's a popular design. Mama Bear with flowers. Here's a really nice one. Now, again, I would not recommend this, but again, teach their own. It says the Mandalorian, and it's basically a parody of the Mandalorian, which is a super popular genre of TV show that's on TV there. And so I would recommend steering away from this. You'd hate to get your account banned. However, you do whatever you like. Here's one, Mummy Shark. Kind of looks like the Shark Tank logo, but not really. So it says Mummy Shark, and it's got a shark in there. That's a nice one, especially if maybe the mom likes watching Shark Tank. Now, again, it's personal opinion. This does not say Shark Tank Mother, so I don't think this is enough to meet the threshold that somebody would confuse us with Shark Tank. So you want to walk up to that line where you're taking advantage of pop culture, but you're not infringing on pop culture, right? So like, I know this isn't really a trademark video, but like, here's one where it says Husky Vengers, right? That's tough. Like, if I was Disney, I'd be looking. I mean, there's obviously Thor, and there's obviously Iron Man, and there's obviously a green hulky looking dog. I would steer clear of that. However, maybe this guy's going to go years selling this shirt and never run into a problem. Don't know. So here's another one. Proud U.S. Army Mom, right? If you want to talk trademarks, the governmental departments like the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, the Marines, NASA, these are all public domain, right? So again, it's possible that they could file a trademark dispute if they have one on file, but chances are low. So this is a really nice one. You could also have things for your school, for example, proud, and then your city mom, or proud, mom of a first grader, or proud mom of an honor student. Grammy life, is the best life. Well, there you go. Times that by 40 different relatives. Auntie life is the best life. Mom life is the best life. You could do mom boss, granny boss, dad boss. There's all sorts of words for nanas and words for grandmas and that sort of thing. Momzilla, mother of the monsters. That's hilarious. So again, Antisaurus, and again, it's just a silhouette placed on a retro background, and then it's just a play on words. So there's lots of different ideas here, and that's all we're looking at today is ideas. So that's one of the other reasons they might come into Redbubble, is they're looking for a gift for something. One of the things I would encourage you to do is that when people come in to Redbubble and they're looking for a shirt or a sticker or something, they're looking for something that's witty that they can't normally buy at a Walmart or a Target, for example. So they're looking for something a little bit cheeky. Now, I'm not going to say it's offensive. I'm just saying it's cheeky. So here's a nice one. Do you even lift, bro? And there's a guy on a chairlift with skis. That's funny. And the reason it's funny is because it doesn't mention the word skiing. So typically a Walmart or a Target would have a shirt that says, I love skiing, and there's a picture of a ski, like a ski or a ski boot or somebody skiing. Great, But this is witty because somebody's going to look at it and kind of do a little mini double take. They're going to go, oh, he's not talking about weightlifting. He's talking about being on a chairlift. Funny. Here's another one. 2020. Definitely would not recommend. 1 star out of 5. Again, it's a negative shirt, and people like to buy things that are teasingly negative, not necessarily brutally rude and offensive, but something that somebody would look at and wink at them and go, I get it, I've been there, 2020 is pretty terrible. Again, the joke is here we have no choice. 2020 is the passage of time, so the idea that we would not recommend is meaningless, thus makes it funny, right? So I think it's really neat to look through these and look at things that are a little bit cheeky, right? You get it or you don't, right? And if you're not a scientist, or if you're not a physicist or a chemist, you may not get it. And so, introverts unite separately in your own homes. It's kind of cheeky, right? So psychologist, there's a bicycle psychologist, play on words, right? So again, these are great, because they're funny and they're not necessarily head on, just I like something. It's a little more sideways, which is pretty cool. Okay, the last one I want to walk through is the idea here that people like trends. So a big question that I get a lot is, what are the trends? How can I take advantage of trends? And so I just want to type in a trend that was pretty popular here a couple years ago, and it's the phrase is okay boomer. Now, okay boomer has become a massively popular phrase, and at least in North America it has. And the genesis of it is that the idea is that there's a class of adults, an age group of adults called baby boomers. And they're basically, like World War II era, a little bit after World War II, like 1960s people, and they're baby boomers. Okay, so they came out of the generation after the World War II, and they're called baby boomers. So okay boomer is like a dismissive way. If an old person is telling you off, you go okay boomer and you walk away. So again, it's negative, it's cheeky, it's sarcastic. That meets the criteria for what you'd want to sell on Redbubble. So you're probably not going to see an okay boomer sticker or t-shirt in massive droves at the Walmart or the Target, because it's kind of rude, right? And so the idea here is we've got 13,000 results. A lot of them are just straightforward, simple designs. But, as we scroll on down, we can see that there's, different types of okay boomer shirts or stickers or whatever it is. The other one I wanted to type in is, and my apologies to anybody who's actually named Karen, but another thing, especially in North America, that's grown in popularity is the phrase Karen, don't be a Karen. The word Karen meaning, it's like somebody who's like a busybody or somebody who's dramatic. It's a negative phrase, which is unfortunate for people that are named Karen, because it's, I know lots of Karens that are really nice people, but it's a phrase, and here there's 26,000 results, right? So there's a lot of different Karen sort of, things here. Another popular one is the phrase not today Satan. So that's another popular phrase. So not today Satan. And the idea here, of course, being that we're not saying I'm a crazy person walking around hearing voices in my head. The idea is you just say not today Satan as if you're responding to that voice. So there's 5,000 results here for not today Satan. And again, they're not particularly groundbreaking designs here at the top. But, there's a lot here, but they're not necessarily like amazing, right? So, and again, I don't feel like 5,000 is all that much. I mean, lots of people go to the newest or the trending, that sort of thing. So there's certainly opportunities here. So what I would recommend is use these 6 or 7 different reasons that people would go to Redbubble and use them to formulate new designs, new genres that people may take advantage of. So I hope you found that helpful. This is a bit of a long video, but I really wanted to do a deep dive into why people go to Redbubble, and hopefully this will find its way into your playlist, and then you'll be able to create some new designs out of it. If you like what you saw today, as always, please do hit the subscribe button. I really appreciate your feedback and your comments. Thank you so much. Bye for now.